Alrighty, chat. We started up in the 90s last night. Tonka, I can't say I did. And we are ready to continue. Chat's Washington Bullets taking on my Dallas Mavericks. And of course, we get ready for the 1993 draft. As we mentioned, again, it's a pretty damn good draft. You don't quite have a Shaquille O'Neal in there, but it's still a pretty good draft. As we take a look at the Bullets to start this season, you guys do have Michael Williams that you signed as a free agent. Shooting guard, still a little bit weak. John Williams, a forward. He's a filler option. Robert Horry, just drafted. Power forward, Larry Stewart. He's at least a younger option. But then the big man, Purvis Ellison, was absolutely insane last season. So in terms of setting up the block for you guys this year, it's kind of tough to say what you should do. You can think about it for a minute. But yeah, what you guys want to do is up to you. Just given on what approach you want to take. For myself, don't have a point guard. Do have Del Curry at shooting guard. Lionel Simmons at forward, who I signed as a free agent. Power forward, 24-year-old Tyrone Hill. Got Doug Smith behind him. And then at center is Alonzo Mourning. So Sports Network, our first run, which was the Magic Bird era, I won a title in 89. And then we restarted in the Jordan era in 91, 92. Of course, I also drafted Alonzo Mourning. So for my trade block here, it's going to be Del Curry on the block. I'm willing to keep Lionel Simmons. Let's get Rodney McRae out there. Tracy Murray is okay. I don't think I'll have too much value. Power forward. NHL would do something like this. I'd probably faint, right? I mean, that's been the word, man. From the second they added this feature, it's like, Jesus, could you imagine this in NHL? How are you, Texky, by the way? I'm going to put Doug Smith out there, too. And the veteran Herb Williams. I definitely don't have as much to sell off as I once did. And my first round pick in 93 is untouchable. So for Chat's team, I mean, I'm seeing mixed results. So honestly, how I think we'll set it up and how you'll play it is to just leave everything open and see what's up. Right? Would be the NHL's errors. I mean, you could do the same thing as this. Have one for the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and modern. Which, yeah, makes a good amount of sense. But, yeah, I think for the Bullets with the chat, you guys do have 2 first-round picks this year as well. Yes, you have the Clippers. So, put our top 2 guys on the block and see what we can get. Good. Doesn't mean you have to trade them, but you can't put Williams there until December, but it is true that you could at least see what you could get for Purvis Ellison. But based off of what I'm seeing, just have a fully open block and just be like, hey, what are the offers? So, we also need to take a look at this little setup here with the benches. Honestly, a 9-man is fine for me. Bullets are rocking a 10. You might as well drop that down to a 9 as well. So, let's do it. Let's start this new season. See where these teams end up. As the Bullets do get the first offer. John Williams in a second rounder in 93 for 27-year-old Olden Polynice. Which you do not need a center. The only reason to take this would be to then put Olden Polynice on the trade block because he has a higher value than Williams. That would be the only reason. Anybody gonna argue to maybe do it for that reason? Nope, seen a lot of no's. All right, keep going. Bullets 3-4 on the season so far, by the way. Well, Larry Stewart for the Rockets, unprotected first rounder in 96, and Eric Bird. Stewart is 24 years old with a B- potential. Bird's a 26 filler. Bird's not a bad player, but I know chat has their eyes on that 96 draft. And indeed, Larry Stewart will be on his way to the Houston Rockets for a 96 first round pick. There you go. That is another future first round pick. Bullets. It's John Williams for a second rounder this year and Jim Peterson. That is just not worth it. Check that one for you. Robert Horry for Sacramento's 1996 unprotected first rounder. And a dude named Les Jepson. I know you're not going to decline that. Robert Horry, though, ooh. A- potential at 22 for Robert Horry. Damn. Whew. I get people who are like, Kobe Bryant, but Robert Horry's pretty damn good. He is a 73 at 22. This one has to go to a vote. This one has to go to a vote. This is year 2, yes. This is year 2. Again, it's Robert Horry for Sacramento's first rounder in 1996, unprotected. Robert Horry is a damn good player, but I know chat kind of has their hopes up for those in the 96 draft. Kobe Bryant, Ray Allen, Steve Nash, Allen Iverson. I don't blame chat for trying to stock up for that particular draft. This is a very close vote right now, by the way. A very close vote. What's it going to be? The yes starting to pull ahead. It looks like it's barely going to go through. By 3 votes, Robert Horry on his way to Sacramento for a first-round pick in 96 and filler player Les Jepson. Robert Horry off to Sacramento. As we continue on, the Bullets have been a very bad team this year as well. The Mavericks finally getting an offer. Del Curry and Nick Allen for Tyrone Corbin and Luke Longley. Mavericks aren't doing that hot either. For us, it's a race to the bottom. Although the Mavericks, as I say that, have won fucking 8 games in a row. The Bullets get another offer. It's Williams and a second for Corbin, who's 29. Williams is 26. It technically makes your team better. No real reason to do that. We march on into January. We are almost to the deadline here, and they really want to trade me Corbin and Longley. I'm going to decline that. Bunny, take it easy. Deadline's almost here. I haven't really been able to sell off this season. Andre Turner and a second for old Kiki. 34 years old. Turner's 28. Technically no reason to do it. It makes you better. Makes you better. Now the trade offer for the Bullets, it's Michael Williams and Ryan Felicio for Mark Jackson, who's 27 at this point. There's no reason for you to do that either. If I wouldn't do it, there's no reason you should. Michael Williams for Rick Smits, no reason to do that either. Almost to the deadline here. Del Curry for Danny Ainge and the Blazers' 1995 first rounder that is top 3 protected, meaning if it is a top 3 pick from Portland, I would get their 1996 first rounder. Del Curry, have fun in Portland. Danny Ainge, welcome to the team. And I am immediately going to put Danny Ainge on the block to see if I can flip him. How long until the deadline? Less than a week. The Mavericks get another deal. Lionel Simmons. I'm not trading Lionel Simmons. I probably should, but I'm not trading him. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm not giving up my extra first rounder for Mitch Richmond. Sorry. And with that, we are beyond the deadline. The Mavericks at 20-23. The Bullets at 10-34. Wow. So right now, the Washington Bullets, the second worst team in the NBA. The Mavericks find themselves in 16th. Damn. You guys have done an excellent job of tanking. Really quickly, we do need to go to contract extensions just to double check. And, well, there's nothing we can do for the Bullets. There you go. For the Mavericks, I could bring back Herb Williams or Nick Allen, but I'm not going to, or Randolph. All right, cool. Nothing to worry about. For contract extensions, then, we could just finish up this season right now. Neither one of us on pace to make the playoffs, although I am certainly closer. You still have Purvis Ellison. You did not trade him. You have him and the really good point guard. So we will see where we end up. We can go right past the deadline. We already checked those contracts. And we'll see just how bad the Bullets end up being as the Mavericks going on a terrible slide here. Did we nuke or are you bad? You didn't nuke, but you are worse than expected. So again, really no reason to hype this up. This is going to be a bad season for both of us from a standings perspective, but good in the offseason. Michael Jordan, the MVP in 1993. Averaged 32 points a game. Good God. Rookie of the Year. Orlando's Shaquille O'Neal. One pick away from being a Mav. Sixth Man of the Year, Richard Dumas of the Phoenix Suns. Defensive Player of the Year, David Robinson of the San Antonio Spurs. Most Improved, Richard Dumas of the Suns. And Coach of the Year, Executive of the Year, whatever. First team All-NBA was Jordan, Drexler, Malone, Larry Johnson, and Patrick Ewing. The all-defensive team, at least first team, was Robinson, Nance, Dennis Rodman, John Stockton, and Michael Jordan. And the top rookies, Shaquille O'Neal, Christian Laettner, Paris Elliott, Alonzo Mourning of the Dallas Mavericks, and Dwayne Anderson. Neither of us made the playoffs. Neither of us made the playoffs. As I let you get a look there, of course, Houston and LA in the bottom left. I'm dropping water bottles everywhere. Orlando makes the playoffs in season 1 with Shaq. Yeah, no playoffs for either of us this season, as the Charlotte Hornets were the best team in basketball. The Dallas Mavericks finished 24th. The Bullets, 26th. So we are both very, very much in the upcoming draft lottery. So we get a look here at the numbers this season for the Mavericks. Lionel Simmons did what he could. 16 points a game for Alonzo as a rookie. And then leading the way for Washington, Purvis Ellison and Michael Williams. You guys also got pretty lucky with injuries down the stretch, too, to make the team even worse. So with that, let's see how the playoffs go, and all the attention will be on the draft from there. as San Antonio upsets number 1 seed Seattle. Golden State sweeps the Clippers. Blazers knock out Utah, the defending champions. And the Houston Rockets over the Lakers. So we'll have Golden State and San Antonio, Houston and Portland because it did not reseed at this point in time. On the eastern side, Charlotte takes care of New Jersey. Cleveland over Boston. Miami upsets Jordan and the Bulls. The 2 finalists from last year, both eliminated in round 1. And the Knicks knock out the Magic. So it's Charlotte and Cleveland, New York and Miami. Let's see who goes to the Final Four. It'll be Golden State, Portland, Charlotte, and Miami. Miami, like 5 years into their tenure? Holy hell. The Charlotte Hornets might win a championship here. Hornets and Warriors in the NBA Final. Are the Charlotte Hornets going to do it? Yes, they are. The greatest logo in sports history. Now representative of a championship team. The Charlotte Hornets win the NBA title in 1993. And I am dead serious when I say that. That is the best fucking logo of all time. And yes, it's because when I was a child, one of my older sisters had a Charlotte Hornets starter jacket, and it was the fucking coolest. Oh, God. Congrats to the Hornets. Kendall Gill, Finals MVP. God damn. Good for the Hornets, man. That's cool. I thought for sure it would be Chicago or Utah domination again. That was not the case. But with that, the 92-93 season has come to a close. And we get to move forward. We get to move forward into this offseason. We start off with player retirements. Maurice Cheeks, Bill Cartwright, the notable 2. No Hall of Famers this year. Historic changes. It's a complete look makeover for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Mavericks update their logo and uniforms. And the Nuggets also undergo a wholesale change. No changes to the rules this year, so here we go. July 6th, 1993, as the Bullets have the second best odds, the Mavericks with the 4th best. Again, the Chris Webber drafts. More than likely, the projected number 1 pick. Here we go. Will Phoenix stay at 11? Yes. Phoenix Suns do not advance. Will Denver, with their new logo, a downgrade, stay at 10? They will. It's a good logo, but come on, the color logo. Sacramento moves up. The Kings have moved up into the top 3. The Atlanta Hawks land at 8. Wow. At 7, the Indiana Pacers stay at 7. At 6, the Milwaukee Bucks and their fantastic logo stay. I always think of Michael Redd when I see that logo. Here we go. Dallas at 5. Yeah! The Bullets fall to 5 as Dallas is into the top 3. The Timberwolves stay at 4. The Mavericks into the top 3, up from 4, as the second best odds Bullets fall to number 5. Philadelphia moves up. So the Mavericks only moved 1 spot. up to 3rd overall. I'm all right with a 3rd overall pick. It's not too bad. The 2nd overall pick belongs to the Philadelphia 76ers, meaning the Sacramento Kings have won the lottery in 1993. What do you mean I get all the lottery luck? I missed out on fucking Shaquille O'Neal last year. Piss off. As the Bullets also have the 20th overall pick, thanks to the Clippers. Thank you, Duwinkle. Me and lottery luck do not go along. The Mavericks pick at 3 with no extra selections. You still had 2, yet here you are. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying you're wrong. You can't say I have lottery luck. In relation to you, maybe, but that doesn't mean in a general sense that I have lottery luck. I do not. If I did, Shaq. With that, we go to the draft. The 1993 NBA draft, the Sacramento Kings. First overall pick is Chris Webber. Chris Webber on his way to Sacramento. The Philadelphia 76ers at 2 select Vin Baker. The power forward Celtics legend, Vin Baker. And will I get trade offers at 3? No, I will not. I could have had Shaq and Penny. No guarantees I would have been that bad with Shaq. But I could have had Shaq and Penny. Fuck me. Well, what's funny is that one could argue Sam Cassell was the best player from this draft, but he is not projected to go until much, much later. Shout out to 7'6" Sean Bradley. There are some good players here for sure. God, Jamal Mashburn was only 20, huh? I just don't know. I just don't know how this game would have rated Sam Cassell. I mean, apparently not well, even though, again, he was a phenomenal player. Got no choice. Penny Hardaway, welcome to Dallas with the 3rd overall pick. The Minnesota Timberwolves at 4 trade the pick. No, they make it. Point guard Nick Van Exel. That brings up Chat's Bullets at 5 with trade offers. Obviously, it would have to be a decent offer. Not worth it for the 95 pick, but the fact that they're offering Vin Baker, who is one of the best players you could get from this draft. Hot Rod. Ooh, Chat. Hot Rod Williams, but a 96 first from the Cavaliers. You could get Jamal Mashburn. Sam Cassell, Allen Houston. But man, if you want to continue that whole thing of specking for the 96 drafts, that's not a bad one. Boston wants 2 first-rounders for Kevin McHale and Ed Pickney. Ron Harper and Polonice. That doesn't fit what you're looking for. You get... Ooh, honestly... Stacey Augmon to move back 3 spots. That is a really fucking good trade. You'd still get to make a pick and get somebody or somebody not even half decent, but really solid. And you'd get that's a 2-for-1 special right there. That's a 2-for-1 special. Glenn Rice. And he's only 26. You still have a couple of years, though. He'll be approaching 30 by the time you got to that 96 draft. So he just might not fit the timeline. Gaddison and Rex Chapman certainly do not. Those guys are too old based on what I know that you're looking for. Same thing there, even with Eldon Campbell. Nick Anderson. Nick Anderson only having to use a second to do it. Higgins isn't much. That Orlando deal. You got a couple of interesting trade offers here. Drazen doesn't fit, and they want you to give up the 20th. 24-year-old Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. That is not a bad one either from Denver. Shremp's a little bit too old for what you're looking for. Detroit offering the 9th overall pick and their first rounder next year. Trade down those spots and get an extra first round pick next year. Sleepy Floyd and Larry Stewart. A potential for Sleepy Floyd at 25. Larry Stewart with a B for that 5th pick, and LeBradford Smith was a B-. Probably say other trades were a little bit better. That one's not too bad, but it's just outdueled. You don't need Cycly. You don't need Luke Longley. Nick Van Exel's not bad. He was literally just taken. And then Mitch Richmond and Tom Tolbert. So, my opinion, there were 5 trades. Is there anybody in chat that still wants to argue that you guys should make the pick? Where you'd be looking at like Sam Cassell, Allen Houston, Jamal Mashburn, Sean Bradley. Is there anybody arguing that you want to make the pick? All right. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So your 5 trade options are these. Cleveland, which is Hot Rod Williams, who you could then trade, and a 96 first unprotected for the 5th overall pick. Hot Rod Williams and the 96 first. There was Atlanta, which is the 8th overall pick this year, and 24-year-old Stacey Augmon. So you move back from 5 to 8 and pick up A- potential at 24 years old, 77 overall, Stacey Augmon. There was the Orlando deal, which was the 5th overall pick and a 2nd rounder this year for Nick Anderson and Sean Higgins. And Anderson with that A- potential, 84 overall at 25 years old. There was the Denver trade for Mahmoud Abdul Rauf. Is only a B+. I put him there because he was a fucking killer. I don't expect him to win. But he is, at least last year, he simmed insanely well. And then there is that Pistons trade, which is to move back to the 9th overall pick and get a 94 first rounder. Those are the 5, chat. What trade? Honestly, you can't do wrong with most of them. Those are some very big trades, and it's just a matter of picking the right one at the right time. I'm not surprised the Atlanta one is winning right now, which again was the 8th overall pick in Stacey Augmon. I'm shocked that the Cleveland deal wasn't doing better. Thought for sure you guys go for another 96 first rounder. So it's down right now from the looks of it to that Atlanta trade or the Pistons trade for the 9th overall pick and a 94 first. It looks like the Atlanta Hawks trade is going to be the winner. You guys will move back from 5 to 8 and pick up Stacey Augmon as a reward. A pretty damn big trade there with the Atlanta Hawks. It is a done deal. The Hawks at 5 select guard Allen Houston. Not bad. Milwaukee at 6, power forward Rodney Rogers. And the Pacers at 7 take Jamal Mashburn. He was 1 pick away from falling to you anyway. Wow. That would have been a double whammy had you guys also landed Mashburn. You do have to make this pick. In terms of your top options, the real-life options from this draft, the biggest X factor right now is Sam Cassell. Again, arguably the top player from this draft. The problem is they might have rated him kind of poorly. Outside of that, there's Isaiah Ryder. And then you got options. Big Sean Bradley at 7'6". You got Georgie at 7'7". So what we will do is what we always do here. We'll show off those point guards. We'll go by position here. So will it be a point guard? Which really, if it's a point guard, it's probably Sam Cassell. You could say Lindsey Hunter as well, but really it would be Sam Cassell. At shooting guard, I mean, if you go for a shooting guard, you're going for Isaiah Ryder. So that's not really a debate. At forward, Calbert Chaney, who was a pretty solid player. He'd be the clear-cut option there. Power forward, gotta be honest, you don't want to take one of these guys. So then, that leaves the centers, Sean Bradley or Georgia. Also available. The choice is yours, chat. Those are the 5 best players left. You have to make the choice. These are real players, yes, most of them at least. Who will it be? Again, Sam Cassell, the big risk at point guard, but technically, I mean, depending on how much you stock into win shares, I mean, he and Chris Webber were the best 2 players from this draft. Isaiah Ryder was very solid. Didn't really have the durability. It does look like Sam Cassell is going to win this. Unless there's a late comeback from Bradley. Again, you don't necessarily need a center. Or a point guard for that matter, but I think at this stage you're looking at best available instead of need, because you still got free agency coming up too. It's close, but it looks like chat's willing to take the risk on Sam Cassell here. We'll see what it is. Sam Cassell is the man out of Florida State. At 9, the Pistons take Sean Bradley. Denver at 10, Isaiah Ryder. Phoenix at 11, Dante Hart. New Jersey, Maurice Paxson, generated guy. You got the Magic at 13, AC Earl. Miami at 14, there goes Calbert Chaney finally. Boston at 15, they took Georgie. San Antonio, Charlie Webb. The Knicks, dude named William Marshall, also generated. Lakers at 18, Leo Peeler. And the Jazz at 19, Karan Norris. If I'm you guys, I'm hoping that there's a trade available here. There is not. You could take Scott Burrell to keep him away from Michael Jordan. Save Scott Burrell. Keep him away from MJ. Yeah, you don't have too much left at this stage. Obviously, a point guard now. You got Michael Williams and Sam Cassell. You got Stacey Augmon at shooting guard. You could take a different forward other than John Williams. A forward's the best bet here. Take a power forward or a small forward and then look for the other one in free agency. That is your best bet. So, I mean, at forward, Chucky Mills, Scott Burrell, Brian Russell. And then a power forward. Ooh, yeah. No, I mean, outside of Corey Blount, who's 24. Looks like you're going for a forward here. An outright small forward. We'll put that up to a vote, too. You got Chucky Mills. We'll put the top names in there. Why not? But there's Mills, Lynch, Burrell, Russell, and then the other guys, I mean, they're all just best guesses. You might as well go with one of the 4 real dudes. So, let's see what it is. See what it is. Did Mills fall down the board? I mean, you have pick 20. They ranked him at 19. So, I mean, he's not that far off the board. Looks like Chucky Mills is going to be the guy. Yeah, we can already call that vote. Chucky Mills, welcome to Washington. So with that, are there any other picks in the draft? Bullets on the clock. 16 trade offers for the second round pick. Let's see if you get anything interesting. You know that there's nobody else good on the board, so if you get a decent offer here, you should take it. But so far, all of these offers have been shit. There is a 19-year-old center named Scott Haywood. I mean, right now, I'm telling you immediately, that's one that you should take. Especially to get a young center behind Ellison. So that's not too bad for a second rounder. 2 second rounders doesn't work. Hinson. Sal Thompson, Mickey Wright. Another 2 second rounders. I mean, that Charlotte trade's a no-brainer. Unless Bernard Pierce is decent. He's a C-. Reese Irving. It's 23 with a B-. Yeah, that Charlotte trade's a no-brainer. There is nobody really good worth taking. Aside from, I mean, this guy's better than anything that you're going to get. So that's a really good trade for you guys. Really good trade for you guys. I'm hoping I get a fucking trade offer, because otherwise it's just best guess. George Lynch. Well, Brian Russell was still out there, but you didn't need to take 2 forwards, you know? So, I mean, my bad. Technically, if you want to trade that guy for Brian Russell, I guess I'd say. Well, I did get a trade offer, but I highly doubt I'll be lucky enough to get anything as good as you just got. And so far, that is the case. Getting fucking nothing. Absolutely nothing. Oh, I'll just be making this pick. Why not? 2 seconds isn't horrible, because you could say maybe that opens you up for more trade offers, but it's not great either. I'll tell you that much. Well, I guess I'll just take Corey Blount, maybe. Well, this guy's only 21. Please tell me it's Terry DeHeer. Terry, welcome to the team. Why not? You guys get another pick coming up in a second. Chuck Cardinal, what a man. Victor Ellis. Fucking, you're taking Corey Blount. Who cares? It's a second rounder. The generated dudes are going to be terrible. Like, apparently had a shitload of second rounders. You get trade offers for this one. I do think if you get an offer for 2 draft picks, you should take that without having to trade one of your own. But right now, that is not looking likely. Jimmy Swift was in this draft, showing up as a D+. So that's not great. Herbert Finley. Yeah, they're just trying to trade away people that they just drafted that are complete busts. So, no good trades for you this time. Fucking nothing. Why not let the AI have fun with your pick? So you already took a center. You already took a forward. Enjoy a power forward, Kirk Valentine. Enjoy it. There's None of those trades were necessarily worth it. Just get it over and done with, because those late seconds aren't worth shit. Chris Webber, the #1 overall pick. Penny Hardaway went third to the Mavericks, with the Bullets ending up with Sam Cassell, who is only showing up as a 71. So yeah, 2K did Sam Cassell dirty. Quite dirty indeed. But you guys also got Chucky Mills at a 71. Pulled off a nice trade as well. Not too bad. The rookie signings. Let's save the rest of this offseason for a second, I guess. Yeah, you guys didn't do too bad.